I really don't know how I'm still here. That's why I said I had to fucking write to you bastards.
Yeah! How are? Welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Dunc and Hyde, Jay Reeve. Good to have you tuned in for another week. Plenty on the potty today. I say plenty, it's kind of like three longer bits. We've got a Mad Dog chat that we didn't know whether or not it was going to go on the radio show or the Not For Radio podcast. Pretty quickly, we realised that probably should go on the Not For Radio podcast because someone was swearing a lot, which I'm okay with, but the New Zealand Broadcasting Standards Authority is not.
Yeah. He's just got a really thick Irish accent.
It's the
and by
best.
thick, I mean fucking fuck. He's an absolute legend. You're going to love him. And also a couple of war stories. Very heartwarming piece of correspondence from Aladdin, Victoria. And then Dunc wraps things up beautifully.
Yeah, with a towel wiper. Wait until you hear the yarn from Belarus. Now, if you...
What it's like to have nuclear waste on your face.
Man, Chernobyl, like local Chernobyl peeps, man, don't sound like good flatmates. Now, we are on YouTube. You can support us. The best way to do so is to become from a regular marksman to a sniper elite. For double the amount of episodes, you unlock about 250 for about the price of a beer a month. And, that's the best way to support the team. We've got some kit to give away to some Sniper Elite members.
Yep. Hayden Natras, he's picked up that Richard Koch 80-20 book, which is mine, which is a great read. Regardless, we only had one to give away because I bought it. So I would suggest that if you really, really, really want to have a filter to put your life through, that is a cracking one for it.
Also, some team kit going out to Phil Sutton and Torin Blue. Well done. We appreciate your support massively. Time to get into the podcast for another week.
You're listening to Not For Radio with Jay and Dunc. This is a pro-cat show. These boys, they love a bit of pussy.
Brian, mate, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, lads. Good morning, good evening. It's morning over here, so yeah.
Yeah, we're picking up a bit of an accent. Whereabouts are you currently situated?
I'm in Birmingham. Well, I'm in Derby in England, but I was born in Ireland.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Okay.
Now, this is basically a verbal request. You're filling out an application for New Zealand's fastest growing club, which is quickly becoming quite international, the Mad Dog Club, where only the maddest of dogs apply. You're probably 60% of the way there just by being Irish. You get another 10%,
Thanks, buddy.
10% living where you currently live in the UK. Are you going to fill out the rest?
I think I go a bit more.
Okay.
All right. What happened?
Right, well, it was, I was 46 on the 30th of August, a couple of years back. So that was a Wednesday. So I had a big night out planned on the Friday. I'm self-employed, so I went off to work on, that was about 8:10 on the Friday morning. Started painting, and I got a pain in my chest. Do you know when you kind of overreach and you get a pain just right at the heart a little bit?
Yeah.
And I thought, I've just pulled a muscle, so I carried on. Fucking here we go, no bother. Gotta get this cracked out, get the wages in. Big night out tonight, lads. Here we fucking go. So it was getting a bit more painful to the point where I had to bend at the knee to put the fucking roller in the tub. And I'm thinking, this can't be right. So I rang one of my buddies, and this is about 10:30. He was like, I'm on a date. He said, can I ring you back later? I was like, yeah, it's okay. I think I'm having a fucking heart attack. It's grand. Don't worry. Good luck. So later found out he went back to the table. The chick's gone, what was that? He's like, it's just my mate. I think he's having a heart attack. But he should be grand. Well, I'll catch up with him later on. I carried on with his date. Prick. So rang another buddy, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? He was like, what's the matter? I was like, I don't know. This isn't good, but it's not going down my arm. It can't be a heart attack, right? So he was like, you'll be fucking grand. He said, just crack it out. We'll catch up later. No worries. So the air conditioning guy comes up, chatting away to him, and I turned around and he went, fuck me, Paddy, you need to go to hospital. And I, what do you mean I need to go to hospital? He went, you're fucking grey.
Oh.
And I was like, no, it's all right. I'm all right. So went downstairs, opened the door of the car, and at this stage, I was driving a Mitsubishi Outlander. I nearly pulled the fucking steering wheel off this car, lad. I'm like, for fuck's sake, this isn't right. But the next thing I hear over my shoulder, excuse me. Oh, what's this? Excuse me, can you close your door? And I turn around, there's a chick with a buggy, a kid either side, 9 abreast on the pavement, and my door is blocking half the pavement. So I just turned around, being Irish. I'm having a fucking heart attack. Fuck off. And I just closed my door. Now, bless her, she walked about 50 meters up from the car, turned around and looked, and all the kids are kind of going, did he fucking say what I think he said? And they're only small. So back to the car, and bless her, she stayed with me till I got blue lighted in, right? She was lovely. Right? So got into the ambulance, and they're going, everything's fine. Your heart rate's grand. So the chick was kind of nice and smelled pretty nice too. And I was like, please don't tell me this is just a fart. Please don't tell me this is
just a backed up fart.
Yeah. This is fucking bad, this thing. So my buddy turns up at the end of the ambulance looking in like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, just here's the car keys. Look after the car. I'll be back in a few hours. It can't be that bad. Zoom me off to fucking hospital, and she's chatting away. They're pumping me full of drugs and everything. I'm like, it's getting really bad. The only thing I said to him was, can you make sure I say goodbye to my daughter? I said, that's it. I said, if this is my time, I'm fucking ready. Wheeled me into the hospital. They were like, I don't know what this is. After about 3 hours, they realized I had a collapsed lung. My lung had just collapsed on its own.
Oh.
And this was about 2 in the afternoon. It went at 8 in the morning. So my left side, if you draw a line up your belly button, straight up to your chin, and to the left side was full of air up to the back of my neck.
Ooh.
So it was in my back. It was pushing all my organs left, right, and it was just filling with air. If you've ever rubbed bubble wrap, if you rub the back of your neck, it felt like there was bubble wrap in my neck.
Right?
Oh
Yeah.
So they whizzed me in. Oh, this is now, we need to get the camera on Jay in a second because it's going to get nasty.
Okay.
So they wheel me in. They wheel me in for my to put a drain in, which was kind of really up high. I'm sure the scars, but it was like under my armpit.
Yeah.
So they said, can we get some students in? I'm like, no bother. So they gave me, there was a couple of hot chicks sitting at the end of the bed. The consultant is on my right, and then there's this trainee one with a, what's it called? The ultrasound machine to see where they're going. So I'm lying down, and in she goes. I'm like, that's grand. Loads of fucking injections all over here, nice and numb, brilliant. And then all of a sudden, it's like, fuck me, in the right side of my chest. It's like, that fucking hurts. And he looked at me and he went, well, it shouldn't. I was like, well, it fucking does. Looked at the screen. She'd gone through the top of my fucking lung again and straight out the other side of it. So he's whipped from the bed. He's like, no, fuck off. And he's almost dropped it throughout the fucking room. Pull this thing fucking back out and gone back in again. I was like, well, that's a bit better. That's okay. So they were like, right, so they wheeled me up into ICU, but I was off my tits at this stage. I hadn't a fucking clue what was going on, lads. So they wheeled me into this ward, and there's 4 nurses at the end of the bed, and there's 4 nurses. I'm like, fuck me, they're not very busy in here at all. They're fucking in and out of here doing nothing. What's going on, lads? So they're just standing there looking at me, and this, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. So I started looking for my phone. So I just got into my head, I need my phone. So the consultant is there's going like, what are you doing? I need my phone. What do you need your phone for? I've got a Greek meal with the lads tonight about 7 o'clock. I want to tell them not to cancel the table. Just catch me up, I'll be there. He looked at me and he went, you're going fucking nowhere, mate.
That's so good.
So they patch me up, stick me into another fucking ward, and all the rest of it. Like, oh my God, this is madness. So they put the big drain in, which looked like the bullet hole, which is that one.
Oh, shit.
Right. So that's that, fucker. There's another one up fucking there. That's where they went in the first time. That's another one. And that's the big boy. So I'm lying in bed. The big drain is in, which if you take a McDonald's straw and the thickness of it, went in there, over here, and up to here.
Oh my gosh! For those that are listening to this and can't see the visuals,
from halfway down your rib cage, across to your belly button, and then straight up through the middle into your lungs.
Straight up into the lung, and it's about it's as thick as a McDonald's straw and big and not very fucking bendy, which I'll explain why it's not fucking bendy later. So I'm lying in the bed, I'm like, yeah, this isn't too shabby, no worries. And all of a sudden, oh my God, woke up and I was cold. Now, have you got the pictures?
Okay, I can scroll now. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I've got the
where you've got the blood.
Yep.
They hadn't stitched they hadn't stitched the drain into me, and it popped out. There was a pint and a half of blood. My nuts were doing the backstroke. Right. Yeah. So rang the bell. I'm like, this doesn't look normal. One guy came around and went, "Ooh, I better get a nurse." I was like, "You need more than a fucking nurse, mate. I think it might be the surgeon." So this thing is bubbling. As I take a breath in, there's bubbles
coming out of the hole.
Cool.
Coming out of the hole in the side of your torso. So when you're breathing, you've got to get
him. We're gonna get him, Dunc. We're gonna get him.
It's just
the smell was. But as you take a deep breath, because it's supposed to go into like a little tank that was holding my air, you had blah 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 down here, and then you look down here, and it was kind of like. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Right? So the doctor comes running in. He's on his own because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The reason this looks like that is he pushed it back in, 6 injections round the hole. Right? I was like, do you not need to clean that fucking thing before it goes in? Nah, you're grand, buddy. Just push it back in.
Oh my God.
Stitched it in like a boot. So he literally leaned on it and pulled it like a fucking, like an army boot closed.
Oh.
He did it. He stitched the fuck off, Jay. He stitched the straw into the tissue and the muscle under my skin. So it went septic when they took it out, and they had to be cut out. The stitches had to be cut out in strands. 17 stitches around here. However, when they took the drain out, oh, sweet fucking Jesus Christ. I thought I'd felt pain before. She came along and she said, "We're going to take the drain out today. Is that okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking brilliant. Bit of fluid on the lungs, but I can walk that off. It's grand." So I was like, "Do you not need an injection for that?" She's like, "As far as I know, no." I said, "Have you ever had one?" She was like, "No." I said, "Maybe we need a fucking injection then." She's like, No, it's fine." Oh, fuck me. She put her hand on my side and pulled this thing. I'd say it came out 2 millimeters. It felt like an elephant's penis had fallen out of my side, I am telling you. So she's pulling on this thing like you'd pull a splinter, you know. Here we go. And I'm going, "Will you just fucking pull this thing out of me? Get me a fucking injection." I didn't realize how far this thing went up. And that's what I'm saying. That's how I know how far up my chest this thing went. Because she was pulling it, and I'm trying to roll away from her, and she's pulling me back. "No, will you fuck off? Will you fuck off? Will you fuck off?" So I literally I rolled off the side. I rolled away from her, and this thing just went out of the end of my side with bits dripping off of it and everything. I was like, what the fuck? And she turned and she went, "I think we might need injections on these." It's like, "No fucking kidding, Sherlock. Are you serious?"
Oh my gosh. So what's it like?
Other than that, sweet ass.
Other than that, sweet ass.
Okay, first I want to get this out of the way because, yep.
The Rock Drive. Mad Dog.
Just Irish Mad Dog. You could be the first Irish Mad Dog, actually. Just the fact that you're running on one bag for that long.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds, by the sound of your voice, it sounds like you know your way around a couple of ciggies as well.
What are you trying to say?
Lovely and gravelly.
Yeah, when they gave me a 5% chance of making it through the night, when I got to hospital, the saturation, my oxygen was 15%. It should be 92 to 94.
Wow. And so what's
I don't know how I'm still here. I really don't know how I'm still here. That's why I said I had to fucking write to you bastards.
That's incredible. How long ago was this? And B, what was the road to recovery? And are you still on it?
Still on the road to recovery. I'll be 48 this year, so it's a year and a half ago.
Wow.
I've still got, we'll see how long is that size. There's about 10% of it at the bottom that doesn't open. So another one for Jay. I may have 6 to 8 inch injections going through my back into the lung with steroids to force it open, or they'll have to open me down my back right from kind of here all the way down my side and open me like a book, take out the lung, fix it, and pop it back in again.
That's the Blood Eagle. That's the Blood Eagle of Vikings, isn't it?
What? Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine the scar and the tattoo from that fucker.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. That looks so good.
But because I mean, have you seen the scar that looks like a beat up Chinese man?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no good.
Yeah. That's after the scar. That's when the stitches were pulled out, and we were all trying to make a for what does it look like? And it was like, oh my god, actually, Dunc, it looks like you beaten up with the hat off.
It does. It
I'm
does.
CYD, man.
Oh my gosh. What an absolute bloody treasure you are,
Yeah.
100%. So, yeah, we'll get you the polished diamond Mad Dog Club ring out to you. We'll send that overseas. You'll get to wear a bloody nice piece of bling. They just finished up doing my wedding ring, and it came up an absolute treat.
Yeah, that's very, very good.
Wow.
And well,
Look at
Rita,
that.
I've still got my old wedding ring on the other hand. Rita, the other one. And yeah, they'll do an amazing job on your Mad Dog Club ring. It's got the original Mad Dog on there. It's got a werewolf on the top. So these you little beauties on the inside. It's a glorious bit of kit, and you're well deserved. And I just love the fact that we've got listeners all over the globe. And
Yeah.
you're a friggin' superstar.
You're an absolute
Oh,
mad
lads,
dog.
I tell you what, you've had me and the missus in bits, and it's just, I don't even know how I ended up on you guys, but I think you've got my like on every one of your fucking videos now, so make some more, please.
You're going to be the next one.
Yeah.
How good was he? Now, you can kind of see why we mentioned the fact that we were like, radio show? Not for radio then pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it's 100% going to be on Not For Radio, but we'll play some on the radio.
Yeah. I love the opening part of it. You know, this is, hoping to put this on the radio, so keep swearing to the minimum. You betcha.
Did not get the memo. Let's
bing,
go.
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, he was awesome. He had such high fizz.
Yeah.
There's two like people with massive amounts of fizz, higher even Kevin's that we've had in the week. We had Randy earlier in this week who delivered that bloody hat over there, the Southwest Elevator Company
Yeah, what a legend. Thanks, mate.
from Fort Worth, Texas.
God damn it.
Do
Do you want a little war story from
yeah.
Namurka, Victoria?
Okay.
Snipers, ready up. It's war story time.
Hang about.
We can be out.
Namurka in Victoria. Numurka. Okay, I'm just going to go with that. Mark from...
Somewhere in Victoria.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. G'day, snipers. June is Men's Mental Health Month. It's actually Men's Health Week here in New Zealand as well. And as a man who has PTSD, depression, and a fuck ton of stuff that happened in his life that no therapist can handle, I would like to thank you guys for giving me a laugh and shed light through the darkness. Mark, it is an absolute fucking honour and a privilege to have you with us. I've lost multiple friends from suicide, and I was the unfortunate one to walk in just as my mate pulled the trigger and half an hour late for another. Fuck.
Holy shit. Like, don't you feel like it's okay to talk about it, but there's still a massive fucking problem there?
Yeah, man, that's heavy.
Which is kind of why we make an effort to call it mental fitness.
Yeah.
And, and if you're slowing down upstairs and things aren't quite going right, then by calling it fitness, hopefully spark something in your head going, well, what have I done for myself in recent times? Like, what am I doing to keep my brain fit? That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's so unfair on him, having to deal with that.
Totally. Men asking for help is like anal sex. Most men would stop what they're doing and give it a go day or night. But there's only a small percentage in this world that will happily ask for it. Jay, Dunc, and the Rock Crew should pat yourselves on the back for keeping people alive to hear the next podcast, day on the radio, and or to watch the videos to see the funny side of life. You all should be nationally recognised for it. Really, a massive thank you.
That's a very kind message.
Yeah, it's a beautiful...
It's one of those, like, obviously we know and aware that this provides a bit of comic relief in people's day. But it's just a couple of old mates
Yeah.
having a yarn in a room like we're doing our thing, like same as what you guys do when you're bending the elbow having a pint with a mate.
Yeah, he goes on. The stories that get sent in and read out take me back to the great times I had with gone but not forgotten mates. Like the time I had to pick up my mate that was wearing nothing but a leather vest and boots from a random house he woke up in the garden of 20 k's away from where he started drinking piss.
What a look.
Now, enough of that mushy stuff. This story is about moving house in a hurry with a wife, 2 kids, 2 dogs, a guinea pig minus 1 guinea pig. I'll get back to that one. We had to get out of the house, and with the time and budget we had, we were looking down the barrel of living under 2 sheets of tin down the bush. We found a house we could afford, but move-in date was after move-out date, so we had to stay with the in-laws for a couple of days and have everything in storage. Seeing the dogs were underfoot and in the way, I got permission to tie them up at the shit farm, which is at the sewer plant. In the condition, I let them off to run morning and arvo. The kids had the guinea pig. The kids and the guinea pig were at the in-laws where -1 comes to play. They've got a dog that loves to chase anything that moves and lets everyone know about it. 3 days go by and then all fucking hell breaks loose. And after a stressful phone call, I hung up. My wife's phone rings with mum on the screen. As the mother-in-law was talking, we couldn't hear her with the sobbing and screaming in the background. So the wife buggered off, came back in 4 hours, and what had happened was the guinea pig got out of the cage. And the only one who knew was the dog.
I bet it made short work of it, man.
So this dog went from garden to garden, following the guinea pig until the little fucker stopped. So she picked it up, took it to our daughter, who doesn't even like killing flies, and took our daughter to where it died. After the funeral service, my wife came home. It was then my turn to piss off our dogs, our 9-month-old German Pointer Cross Rhodesian Ridgeback and our 5-year-old Red Heeler Cross Cooley, where the day earlier both chased a mob of roos for 3 kilometres. Where our smooth melon pointer overtook the fuckers and disappeared, only to come back 45 minutes later looking at me like I fucking deserted her. So I went to the tree that they were tied up to and no dogs. I thought, fuck, what the hell am I going to tell the fucking kids? That had a 45-minute funeral for a fucking guinea pig, and seeing it was a warm day, I looked at every dam around the 200 hectares of paddocks only to find 30 sheep huddled in a corner with one dog behind the mob and the other happily swimming in the water trough. Moving the washing machine was easy until I had to unload it onto the trolley. I knocked the trolley over, lost balance, dropping the washing machine. It landed on the trolley. Within a split second, it stood up like a teenager getting caught mid-wank from his parents and broke my nose. No sympathy from my wife, asking if the washing machine is okay, not worrying about the blood trickling from my nose. The dust settled, and for a while we moved in, and then we had a cold snap. It was so cold, you had to have an angry wank with lube to get your hand warm enough to turn the hot tap on the shower so you can warm up. So I went to turn the central heating on, and nothing. I thought, well, that's a bit strange. I went out jittery as a sinner at Judgment Day, only to find that the 9-month-old pointer unplugged and chewed the fucking cable off the unit.
Oh, my God.
Not to be outdone, to protect the heater a couple of days later, I decided to get a cheap as shit electric fence that wouldn't do much harm, or so I thought. Well, how? But, no, but quickly forgotten. Well-known but quickly forgotten fact that the less resistant means the more power to play. This fence was for 5-kilometre minor shock, but I had it at 50 metres. To test it out, I had my rubber work boots on. I would have only felt the smallest of pulse and not be grounded. And this is where I get a quick refresher in electricity. It reminded me that I stepped on a nail earlier that day and I forgot to remove it. So not only...
We've got an out point.
Not only that, but what I said before about the resistance, I snuck in the house, get myself cleaned up and ready for dinner, then bed. After seeing me hit the deck, pissing and shitting my overalls and dribbling worse than Stephen Hawking's, the dog wasn't fucking anywhere near the heater unit. And every time I put the heater on, I have a feeling that I'll always be warm in the house during winter. Up the wires and again. Thanks for all the good work in making the world a better place. Mark from Nuremberg, Victoria, Australia. Mark, that's a pleasure to have you with us, and cheers for sending that in, mate.
Get on you, mate.
Reload and focus. Another war story inbound.
Sorry, just paying my taxes here.
Hey, ya.
No, definitely not.
I say don't do that.
You know, I haven't done that for a while.
You're crazy.
Okay, here we go. Got one from Josh in the UK. Love the podcast, boys. Got a filthy little yarn for you. When I was about 14, my mum signed us up for this feel-good charity gig. They'd bring kids over from Belarus, where the radiation levels from Chernobyl were still a problem. Yes!
How is that a thing?
And had them live with us in the UK with families for a few weeks. Apparently, just breathing our ear for a month helps flush out some of the radioactive gunk and lowers their cancer risk. Wild stuff.
Holy shit, that's wild.
Anyway, Mum's buzzing to do a good deed. Fast forward a year and a Belarusian kid, same age as me, rocks up to live at our house for a month. Sounds sweet, right? Yeah. Nah. I instantly hated him, not because of who he was, but because my parents basically gifted him half the Argos catalogue when he arrived. New toys, gadgets, the clothes, and I got fucking nothing. Jealousy levels. Nuclear, like Chernobyl nuclear. Now, here's where it gets gnarly. Turns out this lad wasn't big on toilet paper. Instead, he was going rogue, doing his business, then using his bare fucking hand, and then using our bathroom towels to clean up the leftovers, like finger painting with feces. Mum quickly clocked what was going on, so she moved all the dark towels into my ensuite bathroom and only left white towels in the main one. Like a forensic trap to catch the next poop Picasso in the act. Weeks passed. He never once uses my ensuite. The mission's almost over. Then the final Friday arrives. He packed up, flies home that night, and I think, thank fuck that's done. Next morning, I wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, grab my towel from my ensuite, and then boom. Straight in the mother heckin' nostrils. A stench so foul it could burn the lining off your soul. I stare in the mirror, face dripping, towel in one hand, and there it is. A full-blown farewell smear across my towel like a parting gift. The Belarusian brown goodbye. And I just rubbed it all over my face. So now I'm standing there, freshly exfoliated with Chernobyl's grey butt particles, dry heaving into the sink like a human sprinkler. The next hour is me lying down in the shower trying to scrub my face off like it was in a chemical decontaminate. Jeez. Decontaminate. Why can't I say it?
So walking behind you, kicking your feet.
Decontamination. Decontamination.
Sounded out. Use your words, Dunc.
Scene from Breaking Bad. I swear I could hear that motherfucker laughing in Belarus. Cheers, boys. Love your work. That was amazing.
That's, I mean, just a couple of points on that.
Decontamination.
The fact that that was one of those things that was organised, like, man, what a great opportunity to get a break away from. Like, wouldn't it be nice? Like, we always talk about it. We live, massively biased, of course. We live in the greatest fucking country on the planet.
There isn't another one that comes close. Send me the list.
Yeah,
and I'll strike everything off the reasons off your list.
Yeah, it's we don't have.
We're so lucky.
Yeah, incredibly lucky. Low population, great outdoors, heaps of coastline, fucking amazing opportunities, left, right, and centre. For the most part, great people, fairly shit management, to be fair, but that's consistent with the rest of the world. And wide open spaces, a whole bunch of different things.
No nuclear?
No, well, fuck, don't get us started.
But in saying that, there's a great outfit called Oklo. Which I've been investing in.
Yeah.
And they do small nuclear fission reactors for residential uses. And now it turns out they've got a letter of intent from the American Air Force that they're looking at using them for the American Air Force. Bloody shares went up 30% overnight. Woke up another couple of grand in my account. You beauty.
I fucking dumped in them yesterday as well.
Perfect timing.
Excellent.
You haven't had a look. Anyway, so and we do like being nuclear free down here. Although I see
No. We are currently in New Zealand testing nuclear fusion in Wellington. There is
is it fission or fusion? It's one of them, eh?
So Oklo is fission. The one that they're doing here is fusion,
which is highly unstable. But if you can crack it.
Yes. So at one point at the end of last year, we should get the guy on to actually talk about it because it's a fucking really compelling listen. So at one point in December last year, a little fucking workshop in Wellington was 12 times hotter than the sun and the hottest place on the planet.
Amazing. Eh? So good.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we split the Adam as well, didn't we? Rutherford?
Yeah, or Ruthy.
That was in his backyard. We don't do much shit in proper buildings in New Zealand.
Nah.
There's probably something you can put on the list of things that's not as good about New Zealand.
Real Burt Munro-y, you know?
Yeah, just don't have mean factories, eh? Hey, we're massively under the pump today between the radio show, the podcast, bunch of meetings, contract stuff, which is always fun.
Yeah, it went up 23.9%. You beauty.
I told you. And it was 30% this morning. And then we've also got to shoot away to go and speak to a whole bunch of people and brands as well. So it's just one of those crazy. Sometimes you get them in our day when just so much shit gets shoveled your way when all you want to do is the fun stuff like this podcast and the radio show, which we'll still do, but it's just muddled in with a whole bunch of other stuff.
And we just sent out a whole bunch of stuff.
Did we?
For the Sniper Elite.
Oh,
yeah. So we'll give you more. We'll give you more opportunities for that. Those of you that are Sniper Elite, you know, what the fuck song is this?
Don't know. I got Shanda. Don't know. Shanda shit, I think, for the record.
Perfect.
You can become Sniper Elite, unlock double the content. Very easy to do that. You can simply go to the show notes. The best way to support us to continue doing what we're doing with this wild-ass podcast for less than the price of a beer a month. We're on YouTube now. And when you become Sniper Elite, as you heard at the start of the podcast, there is a chance for you to win exclusive merch and then also exclusive prizing as well. And you obviously get the extra episodes every single week. What happened?
Is this another word that you can't say?
What was it?
What's the name of this?
Of what?
The song.
Chandelier.
Oh, I thought you were like chandelier. Fuck, I don't know, whatever it was.
I said chandelier, and then I said shanda shit.
Yeah.
And the whole time I knew it was chandelier. See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Have a good one. Cheers for listening. This has been the Not For Radio podcast. Thank you. Please come again.